Hey everybody, welcome to or back to my channel, My Kind of Stuff, and today we're going to be talking about the Amazon original stories under the Mistletoe collection. So if you don't know what this is, Amazon puts these out kind of like seasonally. The Under the Mistletoe collection is 5 short stories written by 5 popular authors. So we have like Allie Hazelwood, Tessa Bailey, Olivia Dade, Alexis Daria, and Alexandria Belflor. I have only read from 3 of these authors before, but I'm kind of excited to check these out. I read the ones that they did for Valentine's Day, which also had a bunch of famous authors. They were pretty much a miss for me. Like all of these are under 100 pages. They are very tiny little snippets. Um, but let's start off with the first one that I read, and that was Cruel Winter with You by Allie Hazelwood. This one is a childhood friends to lovers sort of story. Again, very short, so the the plot moves along pretty quickly, but we are following a brand new pediatrician, Jamie, and she needs to borrow a roasting pan for Christmas dinner. And basically, like, it requires her to talk to Mark, which is one of her friend's little brothers. They've known each other since childhood. They have like goofy little nicknames for each other that were kind of. It was cute that they had them. The nicknames weren't cute. But he is now like this tech billionaire. She's struggling because becoming a pediatrician is expensive. School is not cheap. And all of a sudden there's this huge blizzard and they basically get stuck, snowed in together, and um, have some heart-to-heart conversations and discussions that kind of bring about how they both have always had feelings for each other. There was a lot of miscommunication in the past on their end. He's kind of like the one who got away, but she broke his heart, but it was all a misunderstanding, really. And I ended up giving this one 3 stars. I did enjoy it. Um, Again, because it's so short, it felt a little too quick for me. I wish we would have like drawn out some things, but obviously that's not what this is. That wasn't the point of these stories, was to be a full-length novel. So take that with what you will. I generally don't give novellas more than 3 stars. I really need to like feel something special with it to give it more than 3. So a 3 is like a normal average rating for a novella for me, so don't take the 3 as it was terrible. The next one I read was Merry Ever After by Tessa Bailey. This one is a single mother working in a thrift store, and this huge, hulking, giant man who is a farmer, he keeps coming in trying to find jeans, but because he's so abnormally tall and such a big man, he can't ever find any that fit him. So she takes it upon herself to like make him a custom pair and just like shows up at his farm and is like, here you go, here's these jeans. And they pretty much just immediately start having like a friends with benefits sort of situation. All while her like infant is just like hanging out in the other room asleep. It's really weird. I was cringing so hard the entire time I read it. I gave this one 1 star. It honestly, I don't know if it deserved that. It just gave me the icks so bad while I was reading it, and I don't want to talk about it anymore, so we're going to move on. Next up, I'm going to be reading All by My Elf by Olivia Dade, so I will check back in with you guys after I have read that one and let you know what I think. Alright guys, it is the next day, but I have officially finished All by My Elf by Olivia Dade. This one was really short. It was only 55 pages. This is basically following Nina and William, who are underpaid professors at the same university. Nina and William have both had crushes on each other for quite a while, but neither of them has had the balls to tell one another. But because they're underpaid and it is holiday break, they both take on a gig to earn some extra money by driving around what is essentially the Wienermobile, like the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, except that their hot dog looks like a flaccid penis. Um, And then they get stuck in horrible traffic. There's a big snowstorm. They end up getting stuck in this Wienermobile overnight and end up playing Never Have I Ever. And it basically turns into them confessing feelings for one another and banging it out on the floor of the Wienermobile. I don't know how to feel about this. It's so weird. Like, it's better than the cringy Tessa Bailey one, but, like, not by much. I really don't know what to say. I guess I'm glad that I liked the Allie Hazelwood one, but these last two have been a real big miss. But next up, I'm going to be reading Merriment and Mayhem by Alexandria Bellafleur. I've not read from this author before, so I don't know what to expect. But yeah, excited to get into it and see what it's all about, and I will check back in with you guys when I've finished. All right, guys, it is the next day, but I have officially finished Merriment and Mayhem by Alexandria Bellafleur. This was the fourth short story in the Under the Mistletoe collection. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. I was pleasantly surprised with it. In this book, we follow Everly, who is our female main character, and she is staying in her grandma's old house, and she is having one disaster after another. The neighbors keep having to call the fire department for her, and every time the funny, sexy, smart firefighter Griffin shows up to save the day, and of course, he just kind of thinks she's silly and goofy for all these little random things, but like finds her adorable, and she thinks he is super hot. So, of course, one thing leads to another, and they have a merry little meet cute. um, this one just gave me all the thrills and like banter that I want in a romance, even though it was shorter. I just think all of their interactions were fun. Everly is ridiculous, and she reminds me a lot of myself because I'm super clumsy, and I could totally see myself getting into some of the situations that she ends up getting herself into, as far as like having a baking disaster and setting the kitchen on fire, or falling off her roof while trying to hang Christmas lights because I'm super ungraceful. So I just had a really good time with this one. I think it was really fun. And I only have one book left to read, and that is Only Santa's in the Building. So I will check back in with you as soon as I finish that one. All right, guys, it is the next day, and I have finished Only Santa's in the Building by Alexis Daria. I ended up giving this one 3 stars. I thought it was pretty cute. In this one, we follow Evie, who is a comic book illustrator, and she has just been working a ton of overtime trying to hurry up and get a project out. And she is finally finished, and now all she wants for Christmas is to take a nap and to maybe decorate her still naked Christmas tree. But she's been having a little bit of a hard time getting in the holiday spirit because her grandmother had passed away, and she's just not feeling up for doing much of anything. She also has a crush on her upstairs neighbor. They have a cute little meet cute in the hallway where they bump into each other, and she is like all disheveled and looking like a mess because she just finished her deadline, and she was just like on her way out to go grab some food real quick. And he offers to come help her with some stuff around her apartment because their landlord hasn't been getting there. And things kind of just progress from there. They end up under the mistletoe at a holiday party that someone in their building is hosting, and just kind of keeps on progressing from there, and it was really cute. This one was probably one of the shorter ones. I think it was only like 65 pages long, so there wasn't a lot of time to like build the connection, but I still think it was done in a very sweet way, where some of the other ones in this collection were quite cringy. So overall, yeah, I really enjoyed this one. So now that we have read all 5 of these, let us rank them from let's go from worst to best. So the worst one was the Tessa Bailey one, Merry Ever After. I ended up giving that one 1 star. It was just so cringy. I couldn't. Thank God it was short, or I would not have read it. Next worst was my 2-star, which is All by My Elf by Olivia Dade. I'm kind of surprised I didn't like this one. It was like had plus size rep, but I don't know. It was just really weird, the whole situation with the like wiener mobile. Like that was unnecessary. It was awkward at best. So yeah, that was a no for me. Um, then I had 2 3-star reads. That was the Allie Hazelwood one, Cruel Winter with You, which was a childhood best friends to lovers, and then Only Santa's in the Building by Alexis Daria, which we just talked about. Overall, these 2 were fine. I had a good time with them. I'm not mad I read them, but they didn't do anything like over the top that really made me love them. And the winner is Merriment and Mayhem, which I gave 4 stars, which for me, for a novella, is a high rating. I don't generally go higher than a 3, so that one was pretty good, and that was the Fireman romance. Let me know down in the comments below if you have read these or if you plan on reading these this holiday season. And if not, hopefully I gave you a little bit of a dabble into them so that you don't waste your time on a few of them, because they were really cringy. I still have a ton of Bookmas videos coming out now through Christmas Day. So make sure you are subscribed and have your notifications on so you don't miss any content. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button on your way out, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.